TRX 2.5 engine is the result of over 2 years of focused engineering and thousands of hours of testing. It is vastly superior to typical engines, and it belongs in a category of specialty high-performance engines. The TRX 2.5 takes a total system approach. Each part of the engine, from the air filter to the exhaust tip, has been carefully engineered to work together with other engine components to achieve maximum engine output. We strongly discourage attempting to change or modify any part of the engine in order to gain more power. Old tech tips and tricks that may have worked in other brands of engines could seriously diminish the performance of this engine. The TRX 2.5 is already the most powerful engine in its class and simply will not benefit from low-tech aftermarket bolt-on performance parts. Next, let's talk about engine break-in. The TRX 2.5 uses ringless aluminum brass and chrome piston and sleeve construction. This type of engine design relies on the running fit of the piston inside the sleeve for cylinder sealing. Engine break-in is necessary to allow the piston and the sleeve to develop an extremely precise fit and achieve optimum cylinder sealing. The most important thing you can do to make sure your TRX 2.5 engine generates as much power as possible is to break it in properly. If you don't break in your engine, you could end up with a weak, damaged, or otherwise poorly performing engine. The Traxxas break-in procedure used here has been extensively tested and proven to yield better performing engines than other common break-in methods. Make sure you read and understand the break-in procedure outlined in your operating instructions before you start your engine the first time. You don't need to use special break-in fuels. Traxxas top fuel should be used to ensure correct engine lubrication, highest performance, and ease of tuning. For most applications, use fuel with 10% or 20% nitro. Use the same percentage all the time. If you break in the engine on 20% fuel, then run 20% fuel every day. Do not switch back and forth between 10% and 20% fuel. To get fuel in your model's fuel tank, you'll need a fuel dispenser like this fuel bottle made by Traxxas. When you're using the fuel, make sure you read and follow all the safety precautions printed on the fuel can and in your operating instructions. Fuel can be dangerous if it's handled incorrectly or misused in any way. To fill the bottle, just squeeze it tightly and put the tip into the fuel can. When you release it, the bottle will expand and fill with fuel. I'm going to squeeze the excess air out and put a little more fuel in the bottle. Once the fuel dispenser is full, don't forget to put the lid back on the fuel can. The alcohol component in the fuel attracts moisture that can contaminate the fuel and cause problems with your engine, robbing it of power and making it extremely difficult to start. Now, let's go ahead and put fuel in our model. Simply lift the flip-top cap. Put the tip of the fuel dispenser into the filler neck and squeeze. Fill the tank right up to the bottom of the filler neck. Make sure the lid snaps back good and tight. The rubber seal on the fuel tank lid can be adjusted by tightening this screw underneath the cap. Try it if you notice any leaks or other indications that the fuel cap is not closing securely. Also, be sure to cap off the remaining fuel in your fuel dispenser. It does not take long for the alcohol to evaporate or the fuel to become contaminated. Here's another tip for you. The small slot in the end of the fuel tank cap is there to hold a single small tie wrap. Simply slide the small tie wrap through the opening and you've got a convenient handle to open the fuel tank lid with the body on the vehicle.